Okay, I am with Bruce Porter. I'm at the Resource Center. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
Okay, before we talked about parts of the economy and different things like that, we're going to go a little wider here.
Yeah.
How things that happen halfway across the world are affecting us, trade, different things like that. Comes down to our level.
Yeah. Last time we talked about economic growth and inflation.
Yeah.
With the Fed chairman being stubborn on the rate, it's slowing growth. Our economy is booming. The economy has actually boomed despite that.
Yes.
And if he will unleash the power that he has, it'll be even better. Inflation's a little sticky. It's up, down, and sideways. Tariff impacts are crucial. Then we talked about technology, the dominance of AI,
right,
and the digital transformation that is going on inside of financial institutions and banking. All of that is being adopted into AI, better customer service, things like that. Mm-hmm. That's what they're looking for, more efficiency in banking.
Yes.
Now, when you talk about geopolitical risk and trade and how that's going to impact your retirement account with your broker,
right,
that's what it's all about. What's all this mean? Well, Middle East tensions directly impact the energy sector, right?
Sure.
Oil.
Yes, that's where the oil is.
Right. Oil is in practically everything that we use, touch, everything is petroleum. So when you look at that and the impact that supply versus demand type back to basic economics, when you have that situation, prices are going to follow directly in correlation to that.
Right.
So energy alone is going to be a huge sector moving forward. When we get to the back here at home, the data centers, the energy that it's going to take, we do not have that capability. There are municipalities right now turning down multi-million dollar investments for data centers because they do not have the power or the capability to raise the local tax to generate the infrastructure.
And that's very recently those studies have come out with those data centers.
That's right. Yeah. And so the citizens of an area don't want their utility bill impacted by a data center that's going to be sucking the system dry. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Trade uncertainty with Trump's tariffs, and Trump is a shrewd negotiator. I feel like we need to let him do his job. He's going to turn this mammoth ship around, but it's going to take time. It is high time that trade policies came back to an even trading floor.
Right.
There's no reason for one country, us, to have to pay for everything absorbently higher than anyone else in the world.
But then again, this is a wait and see kind of approach. Nothing is going to change overnight.
No, it's going to take years, possibly another one or two administrations for the effect to take place. We're already seeing hundreds of billions of dollars coming in from the trade deals that he's made so far. Yeah. So I think we have to let him do his thing. I think we can't forget about the war in Ukraine. I think Trump is desperately trying to negotiate that, and we pray that he gets that done to stop all of that. But that is so far over our heads, but it has a direct impact on markets and energy.
Okay, we've got about a minute left here. So how do I invest with all of this going on?
So just like we talked about last time, AI.
Okay.
So even folks that are conservative by nature because of our age, I'm not as aggressive as I used to be.
Right.
But I can dabble with some of that. I can have part of my portfolio exposed to this enormous growth that is going to take place over the next 5, 10, 15 years. And it's all about artificial intelligence. Mm-hmm. Everything is going to evolve around that. So we might as well get on the bandwagon with that. Contact people that do a lot of research. I do. and can try to stay ahead of this. Anything AI related or anything that supports AI, whether it's minerals, energy, those sectors, or direct chip manufacturers, things like that. I'll be more than happy to sit down and figure out a good diversification for your portfolio.
That's the trick, because as with anything, AI and the providers of that, there will be a culling sooner or later.
Yeah.
You know, some will rise to the top like cream, others are going to fall to the bottom. So people need to speak to you to at least learn where to steer their own personal ship.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, having part of it in a conservative portfolio, maybe an FIA type portfolio, having part of it in a brokerage type portfolio with exposure to the core of this modern technology, that's the answer. It's not all or none. It's a good mix and it's a good blend. Right. So call the Resource Center, 882-1800. We'll be glad to sit down and visit.
They'll help you steer your ship into the future.
Absolutely.